D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to my week in review, where I come to you every Sunday with 3 entertainment stories that I personally find interesting, and then we discuss them down below. Now, also down below, you can find the articles that I read to bring you this video, and you can read them for yourself, or you can just watch this video, or I'm going to break them all down for you. Before I get started, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, so now that we got that business out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on these 3 stories. So for my first story this week, all right, you guys. So it looks like James Gunn this past week, he put out a tweet where he revealed a video, and I'm going to play the video in just a second, but we got to look at Krypto from the new Superman movie. We only got from behind, but we also got to see some really cool stuff. Now, here is the video from this and everything. And I just want to say that this looks amazing. First off, I think that it'd be a great screensaver and everything. I was actually thinking about putting it on mine. And I want to just say, I love this right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I have loved everything that James Gunn is putting out about this movie. I'm quite excited for it. I think it's going to be good. And I think this is just going to be a movie that I like. I know a lot of people don't like the costume, but I have to disagree. I like the costume. So let's talk about this video right here / this photo that he put out. It's been made into a photo and like a phone screensaver and everything, which I'm going to make that my background or whatnot. But okay, so let's talk about Krypto first, because he's the first look and everything. I want to just say that I love this. Okay. I think he's more like, if you look at the comic books, he's more not as fluffy as this one is. And I'm going to tell you why that is in just 1 second. But I think that this is very cute, a cute dog. He's all fluffy and all cute and scrappy and everything, and I love his collar and everything. I've never been a huge fan of Krypto from the comic books, but I love this. I'm telling you that right now. I just think this is fantastic. So he put out this tweet where he said, Krypto arrives on screens for Superman this summer and everything. But he talked about his dog named Ozu. I think that's how you pronounce it. All right. So there was a situation where he got his dog because his one dog died, and he got Ozu from like a hoarding situation where this dog was stuck in like a house with like 60 other dogs. Okay. Which is totally crazy. And that he never knew interactions with human beings. So he never knew like human beings. So when he took him in, and it was problematic, because, that he'd never been around humans or whatnot. So he took this dog in, and he said that it was problematic for him because, he destroyed stuff and everything. And I think he said something about how he ate his laptop and everything. I'm like, that's like saying he ate your homework, but everything. But it was very difficult. So while he's writing Superman, he's like, what if this dog had superpowers? How crazy would that be? And I thought, and he put a picture of the dog, and the dog is adorable. It looks kind of like this dog, just, this dog's all white. And I thought I not only thought that, and he's like, adopt a shelter. And I think he put contact to get on a shelter. And I thought that was great. So I loved that. And I loved this, Krypto on this video. I think it's fantastic. So now let's talk about something else that I love about this photo. The cape. I love this cape. I've loved it since the S on the back is like, and I hate using this term, but it's like mwah, chef's kiss on that shit. I love that S on the back of the cape. It's so beautiful. I love that he used a real cape and not a CGI cape. No, no hate towards Snyder, but I never liked the CGI cape on Superman. I just didn't think it was that great. But this is fantastic. And I think the way it's flowing there, it just looks great. I just love the way it's draped. This is a feast for my eyes and everything. It's giving me blood flow, if you will. So I think overall this, and it's based off this picture from a comic book or whatnot. Now it's a little different because, they're obviously sitting on a sound stage or whatnot, but I love this. I also love that he's got one ear perked up as if he's listening to the earth. Like, hey, who do we need to go help out next? What's going on here? I love that whole thing. I just think it's great. I just love it all the way around. And I think that Gunn, I think that he is a fan and he understands this stuff. So I think it's really fantastic. And I think that also, I think that what he understands about Superman that I think maybe that Zack Snyder didn't understand about Superman is the colors need to not be gritty and dark. I think that colorful and I think that playful and I think that bright and cheerful are the way to go when it comes to Superman. Superman's that kind of character. And I think that James Gunn really understands that. And stuff like this really, affirms me in terms of I think that this is a great choice. I think that James Gunn is making good decisions. And I trust James Gunn. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I trust James Gunn with the DCU because I have liked everything he has put out so far. I've enjoyed it, or I liked it, or I really liked it. I know some people didn't like his Suicide Squad, and there's nothing I can do about that. You like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. But I personally enjoyed it. Now, as far as this goes, this Superman movie, I love everything being put out by this movie. I think that it's fantastic. I think it's great, and I have no complaints about it. I mean, I have little tiny complaints. Like I wish Green Lantern was more green than white, but I understand, that Guy Gardner character he's on a team and that's like their uniform kind of thing. I wouldn't have put Krypto in the movie, but since he has, I don't hate it. But like I said before, I've never been a huge fan of Krypto. I've always thought Krypto was like fun. One thing that really just also made me love Krypto a little bit more was that Super Pets movie with Dwayne Johnson. And I loved that movie. That movie's so good. I did a review for it. I'll leave it in the iCard section if you guys want to check it out. But that movie was fantastic. And it made me love Krypto a little bit more, or at least that version of Krypto. So we'll see how Krypto works in this movie and how he does well. This isn't the first time we've seen Krypto in live action, but it will be interesting to see what happens going forward with this movie and this character. But I am excited for it. And like I said before, I think this looks great. And I'm just loving every minute of it. All right, you guys. So that was my first story of the week. So for my second story of the week. All right, you guys. So this story right here is just going to it gets me upset. So Cynthia Erivo has stepped in it, in my opinion. And she has went and just got all triggered over something so stupid. And we're going to go over it. So she's all furious because she's going to be Elphaba in the Wicked movie that comes out in November. Which I am excited to see because I love Wicked. I love Wicked. I love that. I've seen that stage show 3 times. One time was with a Black woman playing Elphaba, and she did a fantastic job. I just want to say real quick, because I know people when I do videos about Wicked, they think they call me racist is always in the comments, and I'm like, I have zero problems with Cynthia Erivo except for this part right here. And I have no problem that they cast a Black woman. I have zero problem with that because they've cast every race, I believe, as Elphaba. So I even as Glinda, I think they've cast an Asian before, just gave her a blonde wig. So I'm all like, I have no problem with it. So get over yourself. All right, so let's do this story. Okay, so now, if you may remember, which you do, and if you don't, I'm going to show you. So this is the poster for Wicked, the movie. And this is a take on the classic poster that came out with the show. And I'm putting it up next to it and everything. And as you can see, there are some differences. The one that's the original one, for the playbill, it's animated, it's a drawing, it's a rendering or whatnot. And it's lovely and everything. Well, people didn't like the fact that they didn't copy this original poster. They wish that they were like, why isn't her? Does she have red lipstick? Why isn't what Glinda's hand covering her nose? Why isn't she wearing a witch's hat? Why did they go with the crown? Why isn't she smirking? Why aren't there flying monkeys in the background? All that stuff. Okay. Now, me personally, I thought that this complaint was stupid. Being like, why didn't you copy the poster, verbatim? And I'm like, it's not needed. I think this poster right here is just fine. You know, I have no problems with it. But also at the same time, I go, it wouldn't have been that big a deal if they did make a complete, an exact copy of it. Now, since then, somebody has put out a photoshopped version of this poster. Okay. And this is what they did. I think this looks just fine also. I don't think there's any problem with the fact that they did this. You know, they made the shadow underneath her eye and everything, and they gave her a smirk. I don't have any problem with this either. I think that fan edits are always fun, you know, and I think that it's just fine. But Cynthia Erivo was asked about it, and we're going to go over some other stuff that was in there, but she was asked about it, and I believe she stepped in it because this was just freaking stupid. She got so triggered by this, and she said it was degrading. Now I'm not gonna go over the full article, but I will leave the link in the description down below if you guys want to check it out. But she says that this is the wildest, most offensive thing I've seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting. So that she's referring to this video. Let me pull that up. Okay, so here's this video, and it's just them fighting, and it's super. I think it's funny. Like, she's whispering something, and she's like, "What?" And then they're like fighting. It's like a 4-second thing. It's like nothing. And it's funny, and it goes back to something that I'll show you back in a minute. But I think this is a big nothing burger. Like, this is also a fan edit kind of thing, and I think it's totally fine. So that's what she's referring to there. Then she goes, equal to people posting questions, is your pussy green? And now she's referring to this. Now, this right here, if you see, it's Alphaba whispering, and it says, is your pussy green? So this is a poster that was written on when the show, like around the time I believe the first show came out. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember exactly. But this is like 10 years old. This is not even a new, and then you can see that this thing right here, but this is like 10 years old. And it's not new. And it's not new to this movie. But people, when they were doing this little video, people were posting this, that she's saying, is your pussy green? And that's what gets them to fight. Like, she's like, oh no, you didn't, girl. So that's what she's referring to here about the pussy being green. She says, none of it is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us. What? What the fuck are you talking about, you self-righteous asshole? Okay, so she says, the original poster is an illustration. True, that first poster, which I'm putting up right now, is an illustration. Okay, that's not a lie. I'm a real-life human being. Yeah, we know. Who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera at you, the viewer. So already this shit is super annoying. Like, I'll tell you what, like my thoughts, well, even though I'm telling you my thoughts, I'll tell you what I think she should have done. Okay. So she chose in this original one. Hold on. Let me go back to that. So she chose to look at the barrel. Like I said before, this is totally fine. You know, people bitching on Twitter is not, I wouldn't have said anything. I'd have been like, this is not that big a deal. Right. So, because without words, we communicate with our eyes. I mean, yes, but we also can communicate with the rest of our face. If you're smiling and she's whispering, maybe she said something to you that's like a little, I don't know, like you're smiling, like, what is she saying over there? Is she saying, is your pussy green? That's super fun. Anyways, but so she's just having a temper tantrum, right? So she goes, our poster is a homage, not imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful. Well, boo fucking who? All right, you self-righteous asshole. You know, I saw people on Twitter saying, like, you should boycott this movie now because of this. Listen, I want to say two things, okay? The first thing I want to say is, if you're going to go, like, I'm going to go see this movie. Okay. I don't care if Cynthia Erivo says some stupid shit and everything. I don't care that she said years ago crap about the black community here in America. Cause she's British and she, The British blacks don't like American blacks, from what I've learned. And then also, Ariana Grande, she slept with the guy that's playing Jack. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but and broke up his family and everything. So I'm like, it's not. And she licked that cookie one time at a diner and didn't, or at a bakery and didn't tell anybody. I'm like, oh my god, she's gross. There's it's not like they don't have things to complain about, but I'm not going to boycott this movie. But I do think that this is completely childish. Now, what I would have done is, as soon as I saw this fan edit of this poster, if I was her, I either A, wouldn't have said anything, or B, I would have just said, I think that the fans, I know we didn't do the poster that they wanted. I'm not in charge of that. But I think the poster we did is, a homage to that poster. And I just wanted to look at the viewer and communicate with my eyes. And I just, even if you don't like that poster, I say, go see the movie. We made a great movie. I honestly believe you'll love it because it's just so great and the material is great and it's faithful and all that stuff. But instead she went on the attack, which I always think is the worst freaking idea. These people that are stars, these movie celebs and shit, not even just movie celebs, celebrities in general, they just get on their high horse and start, attacking fans and shit. And I'm all like, you guys need to calm the fuck down. Whoever did this poster, I think they did a good job. Her hand looks a little weird, but I think they did a good job. But I don't care. I don't know about you. I don't care enough about this to be all like, oh no, and everything. Like I saw this poster. I was like, that's nice. I like it. And then I moved on with my fucking day. Okay. Because I'm an adult. Okay. And these people are obviously just straight up freaking children. It's super annoying and obnoxious, but what are you gonna do, sister? All right, you guys. So that was my second story of the week. So for my third and final story this week. All right, you guys. So I have exciting news and I want to talk about this because I personally am really happy about this. So Gina Carano has delivered a big blow to Disney. And I'm going to tell you, I'm really happy about it. I love Gina Carano. Now, if you are a fan of this channel or you've checked out any videos that I've done about Gina Carano before, I am completely on her side. I support her 100%. Disney did her wrong, and I can't tell you how annoyed I am about that stuff. And she's just great. She's a queen in my opinion. Okay, so just to break it down real quick. If you guys remember, Gina Carano was unjustly fired from Disney for giving her moderate opinion, a political opinion. And she was fired because of it, which is, in my opinion, bad. So she did put up this post on her Instagram. And I know a lot of people were all like, she's comparing Republicans to Jews. Now, I just want to say that Gina's point was that the Holocaust only happened because there was a slow, methodical, and gradual propaganda campaign of defamation against them. And if you can't see that and you're just trying to like equate that to like anti-Semitism, I'm sorry, you're dumb. Like, get your shit together, because you guys, like, you don't know what you're talking about and you don't think well enough to like see outside of your own stupidity. So then she got fired, right? Unjustly fired. And other people had posted stuff also, opposite side, same side, weren't fired because they were all men. Not that I think that has anything to do with it, but it's just because of like her political opinion. Anyways, so she has sued them. And Elon Musk has backed her defense, and she is suing them. And I don't remember exact. She asked for like $260,000, and she wants to be rehired. And because they said that, they ruined chances for her to get more money, and she wasn't in the solo show that she was supposed to be in. So they were taking her to court. And then, so one thing that they want to do that Disney does not want them to do is get to Discovery, because they don't want them to, because that'll open up emails, that will open up, transactions, like, fiscal transactions and everything. And I think that this says a lot about what's going on. So she sued, and then they appealed. So while they were in appeal, there could be no discovery. They couldn't get anything that they needed to, go forward in the case, because they needed stuff from Disney because they were like, they did this and we need proof, but they have to open up their, emails and communications and stuff, so we can, and hopefully their money, so we can see their records and everything, and I don't know, they spent stuff, because I'm pretty sure there's money laundering going on. So she put up this post the other day, and it says, update. After the judge denies Disney's request to dismiss my case, Disney requested permission to immediately appeal that decision in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and delay all discovery while that appeals takes place. And that's awesome. It's just great. Yesterday, October 16th, 2024, we learned that the judge denied Disney's unusual request. And I think that that's great. I hope it's, anyway. So, and he says, I am obviously very pleased with this opportunity to keep moving forward with the judicial process and its discovery. And discovery is what they don't want, and we want. We want it. Oh, I want it so bad and everything. While I wish this was not necessary, as it is not my desire to be in this battle in court, I will not shrink away from it because it is hard or uncomfortable. Again, a huge thanks to all of you who have shown me support daily, to my incredible lawyers, and to Elon Musk and the people at X for the opportunity to continuing this lawsuit and seeking justice. Onward. And I think that's great. Gina Carano was fired, and, a lot of people, we're just shit all over her, because a lot of people were all like, oh, she's a bad actress. And listen, she may not be the greatest actress on the planet, but there's opportunity for growth there. And there's definitely for her. I mean, I look at Dave Bautista. I always thought he was a crappy actor, but I think he's gotten better. He was in that Blade Runner 2054, doesn't matter. That movie was crap, but I thought he did a good job. And he was just recently in that Onion movie, which was also shit, but I thought he did a good job. And I was like, all right, he's growing, I believe, as an actor. And that same thing could have happened with Gina Carano. And, they're trying to turn Star Wars into a female thing, but they get rid of Gina Carano's character, Cara Dune, which was a huge female character for him. And, The Mandalorian season 2 was led by not one, not two, not three, but 4 strong women, and fans loved it. And they still haven't stopped praising the episode. All 4 years, 4 people were in there 4 years, after it aired, as the height of the series. So I don't think it's right to call Star Wars fans sexist, because that's what they do. It's ignorant, and it's completely untrue and false. But I just think that when you come to it, Kathleen Kennedy, she called the fan base said they were toxic and they can't stand strong female heroes. But she fires a strong female actor who was beloved by all the male fan base because she shared her opinions online, which they weren't even that bad. All right. So Judge Shirley Peace Garnett, she made it clear in a 10-page ruling, which I can leave a link to that down below also if you guys want to see it, that Disney request to stay of proceedings was denied, right? And she wrote, having considered the parties' submissions, the relevant law, and the record in this case, the court denies the motion. And she specifically also addressed Disney attempting to avoid discovery by appealing in the Ninth Circuit, which, they moved to a different circuit so that way they could get it denied or whatnot, and they just completely issued it. One thing that they also went through to do, a lawsuit accuses the Walt Disney Company and Lucasfilm of wrongful discharge and refusal to hire, and sex discrimination, which I already talked about that a little bit. The, male co-workers were allowed to do this stuff, to say their political opinions online. And yet there was no ramifications for them, but she does it and she gets fired. This also goes on to state that they went above and beyond to make sure she didn't get any more work. And I think that that's just completely disgusting. And I think that, like I said before, I really hope Gina wins this thing. I hope in Discovery we find out a slew of fun things that we can go after Disney for. Because you know what, Disney, They hired Kathleen Kennedy, and Kathleen Kennedy, in my opinion, is the devil. She's not a Star Wars fan. She's just, a Trojan horse, and she wanted to make Star Wars into what she wanted Star Wars to be, because I don't think she's a fan of Star Wars. And she completely took the male fan base and said, fuck you. And Star Wars has always been male eccentric. Boys have always liked Star Wars more than girls. That's a fact. And if you don't believe that, you're stupid. But she wanted to change it into a girl property. Well, girls aren't interested. And that's proven because nobody's watching this shit. No one's buying your product, and no one wants your stash. Everybody hates it. And those who don't hate it are just fucking shills on YouTube, those fucking losers. And the people out in the real world, they're not coming to see your shit. I'm personally, Star Wars is dead to me. I don't buy anything. I'm not watching that Grogu movie. I don't fucking care. I'll watch Skeleton Crew because I got Disney Plus and everything. So, good for Gina. I hope she wins like hardcore. I hope she gets everything she wants and more. I hope they have to rehire her just so she can go on set and just be like the nicest person ever. And they just have to sulk, those little bitches. But tell me what you guys think about it. Because I'm really interested to hear what a lot of other people think about it. All right, you guys. So those are my 3 stories this week. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? Tell me, what do you guys think about this new look at Krypto and the Superman and everything? Although we've already seen Superman, but what do you think about Krypto? I personally, like I said, I love it. I could gush about this movie. I think it's going to be good. But do you trust James Gunn, or do you have questions? You need to see like a trailer or maybe something a little bit more. But I just think it's great. I'm very curious, and tell me if you're curious to see how Krypto fits into this story. Also, tell me, how do you guys feel about Cynthia Erivo's complete meltdown and temper tantrum over this stupid fan poster that was made, this edit that was made of the poster for Wicked? And is this just like, this is just one too many controversies for this movie? I'm not going to deal with this shit. I'm not going to see it. Or are you like me and you're just like, listen, I don't care about the fan edit of the poster. I don't care that Cynthia Erivo had a childish fit. I'm still going to go see it. Or are you going to boycott it? You're just like, I'm done and everything. But I do think the movie looks good, so I'm going to go see it. Finally, tell me, how do you guys feel about Gina Carano and this whole case and her? Listen, this is a war, but she's winning battle after battle, and I think this is great. I really hope that she wins the whole thing overall. I hope it goes to trial, or I don't know, but I just think it's going to be great. I wish her nothing but the best. And, because they did her dirty, and she deserves, her chance to defend herself. And I think this is great. That's all I got for you guys this week. Tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next week in review. You guys have a good week. Bye.
Hey nerds, if you like this video, go ahead and click that Geek What icon and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and join me every Sunday with my Week in Review.